I'm going to do everything on this page so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth between chart and page. Once you have the formula, you have 3 out of 4 values to figure out the missing value for everything except the book. That's why it's bonus. So starting with sneakers, what's my percent paid? Somebody. You have to look back at your chart because it's being hidden on the smartboard right now. Jen.
It's 75%.
That becomes 75 over 100. Jen, what's my sale price?
The sale price is $60.
And original is what we're trying to find.
Wait, no, we're trying to find the sale price.
Okay. So we're trying to find sale price. And what was my original price? I got to go back up. Okay. What was it?
80.
Okay. What do you have to do to 75 over 100? Seals.
You have to fix
To what? Now we're able to see that if we take the bottom and multiply it by Lee. Right. You'll get your 80, and if you do the same thing to the top, you get your answer of $60 for the discount, or for the sale price. This minus this equals this. Sneakers are done. I'm going to erase this. I want to work in the same space. Video games. What was the percent paid? Karen. We are trying to find the amount of discount and original price. So we do not have original price, but we do have a sale price of 54. All right. What do I do to my original ratio, 90 over 100? Okay. Do you guys know the zero trick? If you have a number that ends in a zero on the top, you can cross it out. And if you have a number at the bottom that ends in a zero, you can cross it out. 9/10. It's like dividing the numerator and denominator by 10, a factor of 10. So you have 9 over 10 equals 54 over 100. Oh, 54 over 100? No. 54 over what we're trying to find. 9 times what makes 54? And then if you do the same thing to the bottom, times 6, you get 60 buckaroos. That is then going to do this. Okay? Now the MP3 player is no different from what you've been doing. The only difference being is that you're dealing with decimals. And as you'll see, there will not be a number that you can multiply the ratios by that doesn't end in a decimal. That's the only curveball to this, but it's still the same technique. You still will have 3 out of 4 values to figure everything out. You just, like I said, you're dealing with a decimal. So if we go back to this, my percent paid over 100 is 60 over 100. I have my sale price, and I'm trying to find original price. My sale price is $51.60. I'm just going to shorten that to 51.6. We don't need that extra zero. Okay, it's considered an annex zero. Just leave it 51.6 for now. Over what we're trying to find. Like we've been doing all along, we have to reduce this to what? Simplest form if we could. Gav? Say it again?
6 over 10.
You could take it a step further. I could leave it a 6 over 10 and still be able to do it, but let's crunch it as much as we can crunch it. 3 over 5 sounds good. I keep doing that. Okay. You now could say, okay, I got to figure out 3 times what makes 51.6. Well, obviously it's going to be a decimal. We have to do long division because we can't figure that out necessarily in our head. So off to the side where I have room, I'm going to do 3 into 51.6. 3 into 5, everybody. 3 into 21, everybody. 3 into 21, everybody. And 3 into 6. My multiplicative value is 17.2. Or 17.20, which many of you had. The mistake that some of you made is you took the $17.20 and you put it right up into here. And you can't. Original price is too low. Usually the original price is greater than the sale price or the discount. So it's not $17.20, but the hard part's done. You just have to remember, once you realize you have 17.2 here, you've got to multiply your bottom part of your ratio by 17.2. That's that last piece of the puzzle. And if you do that, what do you get? Anybody get it? Anna, what'd you get? It winds up being $86. That's our original price. Now we subtract 86, take away 51.60. And what do you get? Brandon? $34.40. Okay, let's do snack bar. Snack bar, we have all our dollar figures. They're trying to figure out percent. Okay, so set everything up and you'll see when we do it. When we do it, we have all of the values that we need. We have 3 out of 4 values and we're solving for a percent. Okay, percent paid. Guess what? We don't have it. That's what's missing. But we have the bottom part of the ratio which we need. We need this 100. So percent paid, which we don't know, over 100. And luckily, we have a sale price. We have an original price. Sale price, 170, which I'm going to shorten to 1.7. You'll see where this is going to come in handy. The original price is 2.00, which is 2. Where's the connection? What do you have to multiply by, or divide by if you're going this way?
You have to multiply by 50.
Right. Therefore, if you take your 1.7 and multiply that by 50, you get 85%. Remember, this piece here that we're trying to figure out represents this. That's my percent paid. 85%. Then this becomes easy because, as you know, this and this have to add up to 100. And that is done. I learned something new this morning in my period 2 class. When we got to this, the reason why this formula does not work is because you wind up with only 2 out of the 4 values and you need at least 3. I'll just show you what I mean. I have percent paid, which is 80 over 100. So if I use this for the book, I have 80 over 100. The problem is I don't have anything else. I don't have a sale price and I don't have an original price. So I can't use this formula. So I told you guys, see if you could figure out using a different formula. And guess what? I had kids in period 2 figure it out using a double line diagram. 3 or 4 kids. And it was magical because they taught me something. Here's what they did. I'll just show it to you, okay? For some of you, it'll connect with you. Like, oh my God, there it is, of course. And some of you will still have difficulty sorting through it. But here's what they did. They knew they had percentages, right? They being 5 or 6 kids. They realized 20% out of 100 is the same as 1/5, right? 20 out of 100?
Yes.
So automatically now they knew that they're going to take their double line diagram and break it down into fifths. So here's what they did. I'm going to erase this. They said, okay, I need 5 parts because 20 out of 100 is the same as 1 out of 5. So they broke this up into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the whole amount. And they did this. Then they said, okay, I'm going to let my top part be my percent and the bottom part be my dollars. We always start at 0. And I know in order to get from 0 to 100%, I'm going to count by how much? 20. So you know it already. You don't even know you know it. Okay. And now here's where the thinking part came in. And this is where they taught me something. They said, okay, I know, they said, that 20% is my discount. So my 20% of the whole is $2.80. Because this, 280, is 280 out of the whole original amount. So 20% out of 100 is the same as 280 out of the amount that I'm trying to find. But what happened was now I knew what to count by on the bottom. I'm counting by 2.80. So if you count by 2.8, you get 560 plus 2.80, you wind up with 840. Plus $2.80, you wind up with $11.20. Plus 280 is the full amount, $14. That's the answer. 14. Now, here's what they did. They took it a step further. They said, wait, yeah, I could take this and subtract this, but watch. They said, if this here represents this, 20%, then 80% has to represent the amount that I'm actually paying. So they went back to their double line diagram. 80% is 1120, and they put 1120 in. Alternative thinking, and that's what Common Core is. Common Core is going to give you strategies that if this doesn't work, you have to persevere through it. It's not going to come easy, but because bonus was attached to it, they persevered and said, let me see if I can do it with a double line diagram. And some did get it. And some got it a different way. How many did get 14?
I did it before.
Okay? Some did get it a different way. But the whole idea behind Common Core is to expose you to as many strategies as we can. So if you come to a question where it's somewhat of a stumper, you can go to Common Core Toolbox, the strategies that you've learned, and try to reason through it. At least that's the hope. All right, if you got $14, come on up and get a ticket.